Now,
on News Talk 105.9 WMAL.
O'Connor and Company.
All fired up and raring to take you right up to 9 o'clock when we hand it off to Chris Plant. I know he's fired up. I just saw him doing the Vivek Ramaswamy burpees in his office. Hitting the tennis ball against the wall. He is ready to go. Coming up in 30 minutes, Susan Ferriccio, who has forgotten more about Capitol Hill politics than most of us will ever know. She covers the Hill, decades-long reporter here, now with the Washington Times. She'll give us what she thinks is about to happen with this impeachment inquiry process announced yesterday by Speaker of the House Kevin McCarthy. That's coming up in 30 minutes. I'm Larry O'Connor. You're Julie Kunlock, aren't you?
I am.
By the way, thank you. I've hardly ever been to Europe. I think once. I went a couple of times this year. You gave me so many great trips because it's like a second home for you over there in Europe.
Yeah.
You are such a world traveler, and I've never been able to thank you for that.
You're welcome.
Joining us right now, Tom Neumark. We love checking in with Tom Neumark about the state of Frederick County schools. He is a concerned parent who has now begun Transparency in Education, transparencyineducation.net. Hello, Tom. Thanks for joining us.
Yeah, thank you so much for having me.
So tomorrow's the day you are planning. Well, first, let's start with tonight. There's a Frederick County School Board meeting at the Board of Education headquarters, and you've got a rally scheduled tonight at 5:30. What's on the agenda for tonight's meeting? What is the burning topic that you want people to show up for?
So we're showing up even though they're refusing to put the topic on the agenda we want, which is their controversial gender policy that does secret gender transition. So they're refusing to put it on the agenda, and that's what the rally is about, is saying they need to support parental rights and actually consider what we propose, which is allowing parents to know what's going on with their child.
Yeah, and I love the way you put it, secret, because they'll say that they're doing gender-affirming care for children who are concerned that their parents are bigots or in some way will abuse them. But the way you frame it is exactly right. It is secret gender transitions.
Exactly. And most parents, when they do get the knowledge that their child has questions here, they do the opposite of what our opponents say. They love their kids more. They're more engaged. They try to get them to psychologists. You know, they really spend more family time. So, yeah, exactly. They're really kind of focused the wrong way.
Could I real fast? I got to ask you, because whenever this comes up, if you could say to the school board, hey, what if a student is afraid that their parent will punish them if they get a bad grade on a test score? Are we going to withhold grading information from parents too? What do you imagine what their answer would be to that?
Well, they probably ignored it because we've asked this before in emails, et cetera. How is this any different from a kid getting in a fight or the report card? Yeah. And they're making this special exception.
That is absolutely the strategy. Just ignore these parents who ask questions. But, I want to talk to you about parents who may not know this. We've just been talking about the, so-called book banning hearing in the Senate yesterday, and that, of course, made some viral videos. But I think it's so important that some of the contents of these books be read out loud, because so many parents don't know that this is happening. And the same with the term gender affirming care. It sounds so nice. The language of the left is very smart in how they use language, and this sounds really nice. Yeah. How do you want, I know this walkout is part of it, but how can we better educate people about the secrets that these school boards want to keep from parents? And really, really the bigger effort is to sort of separate parents from their children and tell children, your parents are not the authority. The school is ultimately your family and the ultimate authority.
Yeah, absolutely. That's what we're seeing in all these policies, right? The age of consent for mental health care got lowered to 12, and now they're putting community health centers in our schools. So gender affirming care, which is really body denying care, you might call it, is denying what your biological sex actually is. It could be right down the hallway from your kids. So the way we educate parents, I think, is doing rallies like we're doing. We've held forums in the public library and really going on shows like yours, so more parents hear about the fact that this is real. This is not just happening in California. It's right here in Frederick County.
Yeah. So tonight, starting at 5:30 at the Department of Education there, the Board of Education in Frederick County, that's where the rally begins. Now, what's going on tomorrow? Tomorrow's the big school walkout, right?
Yeah, international school walkout. So I started a group called unteach.net that's working with transparency in education across the world, New Zealand, Australia, Canada, UK, we're walking out of schools. By walking out, we mean we're not sending our kids to schools tomorrow in protest of the overreach of parental rights. So we're calling it Unteach the Overreach of the government trying to become parents.
And what are you going to do instead? Because it's not like a free day. You're not going to just play like Baldur's Gate 3 or something like that. What's are you going to actually do something constructive?
Yes, so we're asking parents to, get involved in, go to a private school, investigate homeschool options, spend an educational day at the museum, things like that. So do something educational.
I had to think of the nerdiest video game ever, didn't I? I couldn't think of something.
You did. I was impressed.
Call of Duty or something. How are things going in Frederick County? I mean, what kind of reaction are you getting? Do you feel like you're building up towards some level of critical mass there?
I think so. We really are. We're expecting the biggest crowd we've ever had. The last time we did it, we had 400 to 500 show up. We told everybody, "Hey, bring one more person. Maybe we'll be in the 1,000 range. We'll see. We'll see how many we got. You never know." But we have Board of Education candidates speaking tonight who are going to run on our side, and they're going to run against this woke ideology. So I think some momentum is definitely building.
What do you say to parents? And I'm one of these parents who I think you have an incredible cause, and I support it, but I worry about walkouts in schools.
Yeah.
They did this a lot during this, the sort of, they did Second Amendment walkouts, gun control walkouts, and they've done other walkouts. Right. When Trump was elected, the teachers in Alexandria, Virginia walked out, left the kids sort of stranded. What do you say to people who kind of don't like these walkouts, and why maybe make an exception for this one?
Yeah, so two things. One is definitely it's important because this is the one big event we have for the fall. So if you want to send a message, this is kind of the one big chance. The other is every second Thursday we're asking parents to do something like this. Whether they want to walk out or not is fine, but they could also just send an email. They could question a teacher. They could do a Freedom of Information Act request. So we're asking parents literally across the world, do something, even if it's not having your kids walk out. Send an email to the principal and ask them what's going on, right? Ask the school board. Tell them you don't like the current policy. So there's lots of options.
Great.
What can parents do to get more information and maybe even join you, maybe organize themselves? And again, we're talking about Frederick County today, but I don't think I need to remind everybody, wherever you are right now listening to this, this is an issue that's happening in your school board. If it's not, you either don't know about it or it's about to happen after the next school board election. So where do you suggest parents arm themselves and get involved?
Yeah, absolutely. Locally here, transparencyeducation.net has tons of information about gender dysphoria. We've done lots of forums. And then if you want to be in the international effort, unteach.net is the place to go to learn about the upcoming events you can participate in.
Did you say unteach.net?
Unteach.net, yep, is
Excellent.
The name of the website.
All right, well, listen, I hope you have a great turnout tonight. That's, again, at Frederick County at the County School Board of Education headquarters, 5:30 to 7 p.m. The bigger the turnout, the bigger the coverage, the bigger attention, the brighter the spotlight, and the surer we can be that we'll actually get that transparency we're looking for. Tom, give us let us know what happens. We'll be watching.
Will do. Thank you so much.
It is 8:15 now. WMAL traffic.